That argument you had 3 days ago, in your mind, it weighs about 5 pounds. That email that ruined your morning, add another 5. Hi friends, today we are talking about the hidden mental weight of unresolved conflict. Most of us are walking through life physically exhausted, but we are not looking at our bodies. We are carrying invisible weight, and most of that weight is unresolved conflict. Have you ever noticed how a small disagreement can live rent-free in your head for days? You replay the scene, you sharpen your comeback, you feel the tension all over again. And meanwhile, the other person has completely moved on. But you still carrying it. And here is the truth. Holding a grudge is not just emotional. It is psychological weight. And there is a way to put it down. There is a fascinating principle called the Zeigarnik Effect, discovered over 100 years ago. It shows that our brain obsesses over unfinished tasks for more than completed ones. An unresolved argument, an apology that never came, an awkward silence that was never addressed. Your brain treats those like unfinished business. It keeps the file open. It keeps the refreshing tab. And that is why you struggle to focus, feel mentally drained, replay the same scene on loop, lose that deep sense of calm. Open loops steal energy. Your mind wants closure. Now, add something called rumination. That is the habit of mentally chewing and rechewing negative experiences. Psychologists tell us your brain cannot fully distinguish between a fight happening right now and you replaying the old fight in your imagination. Every replay triggers stress hormones. Your body reacts. Your mood shifts, your clarity fades. The event might be history, but your nervous system thinks it is happening again. And here is the part that really hits. The person who hurt you moved on. Your nervous system didn't. That is why grudges are exhausting. They are not passive memories. They are active stress cycles. Let me give you an image. Imagine every unresolved conflict is a rock. Every insult, every betrayal, every apology that never came. You take each rock and put it in a backpack. And you keep walking. At first, it doesn't feel that heavy. You tell yourself, it is fine, I am over it, it doesn't matter. But years later, you are exhausted, short-tempered, easily irritated, mentally drained. And you don't even remember what half the rocks are for. And here is the tragedy. The person who hurt you is not carrying that backpack. You are. When we cling to grudges, we think we are punishing them. I won't forgive, they don't deserve it. But grudges don't lock them up, they lock us in. So, how do we take off the backpack? Psychologically, the answer is simple. Close the loop. Not perfectly, not dramatically, just intentionally. That means having the honest conversation you have been avoiding, sending the message, owning your part and apologizing, choosing to forgive even if they never change, or deciding this no longer gets space in my head. You are not doing this for them. You are doing it to free your own mind. But let us be honest. Sometimes the hurt runs deep. Pride, pain, betrayal. It feels impossible. And that is where God's grace steps in. In the Christian faith, grace is the quiet strength God gives us to do what we cannot do alone. Jesus forgave them from the cross. Father, forgive them. If anyone had reason to hold a grudge, it was him. And yet, he released it. Sometimes, letting go begins with a simple prayer. God, I can't do this alone. Help me. And slowly, the rock feels lighter. The chain begins to loosen. This is not a trendy self-help. It is ancient wisdom meeting modern psychology. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 23 and 24, Jesus says something remarkably practical. If you are offering your gift, remember someone has something against you. Leave the gift at the altar, go reconcile, then return and offer the sacrifice. In other words, don't drag unresolved conflict into your life. Settle it. 2000 years ago, Jesus understood what neuroscience confirms today. Unfinished relationships weigh down the human heart. Peace on the outside begins with closure on the inside. Forgiveness and reconciliation are not just moral ideas. They are mental health practices. Research shows letting go restores focus, reduces stress, improves sleep, strengthens resilience, and lowers anxiety. Letting go is not weakness. It is emotional intelligence. And for believers, it is humble reliance on grace. You don't have to strain yourself into peace. Sometimes peace is something we receive. So, here is your challenge. Pick one open loop, one rock, one unresolved weight you have been carrying, and ask yourself honestly, is this worth the mental space it is stealing? You have carried enough. It is time to take off the backpack. Close the loop. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Dear friends, if this message helped you, subscribe to the Elevator Lens for more reflections on mindset and faith. And tell me in the comments, what open loop are you ready to close this week? Let us step into freedom together. God bless.